Target Trading Academy.
Good afternoon, everybody. Preston Vogl here at Target Trading Academy with your micros market recap. Today is Thursday, December 9th, not 10th. Getting ahead of myself. Just after 4 p.m. here, 4:17 or so Eastern time. The markets are closed. Let's get into it with micro oil. Just quickly, all markets in general were pretty slow today. It was like watching paint dry. It's okay. It's December. It's that time of year. Oil gave a handful of entries. That was pretty much the play of the day, is maybe the first hour and then coming back for the last hour or two. Anything in between that was really not worth it to stick around. It got really bad. It slowed down and was really choppy. And you can see that in this move here. Just consolidation up the wazoo. And you'll see that throughout a lot of these markets here. And now oil did open at the bottom range from yesterday. Got into the bulk of volume from its range yesterday. Didn't get to the close. They did not want to go up there, and so we ended up posting lower and closing lower for the day. Gold, you can see, is the epitome of not going anywhere. Opened and closed at that same level for the most part. Its close from the prior day was up here. They pretty much got to it close enough, and then they came back down and wanted to keep this as their base level. Now our equities with the micro ES, you'll see it's not over scroll. See, it's not a whole lot of volume or participation you can see because I'm not going very far. But 930 is here. You can see right here. So we are opening up inside yesterday's range. Granted, not quite to the close. They did have a run up, but for the most part, they did not want to go higher. They did have a couple times where they ran up, but again, they just built volume here and just, you can see it's just congested. Not a whole lot of room. And then it had a run down again. And then it came back up to that main bulk and stayed there again. And then you'll see we are just now getting lower for the end of the day. So very, very slow in the ES. Nothing too exciting happened there. NASDAQ, we had quite a few entries. Dow had a lot of entries. Micro Dow. So with the micro NASDAQ here, it opened at its close from yesterday. If I can scroll back here. And then made its way up to its range high. And the sellers stepped in again that were there prior, from the prior day. So you'll see that here. That's where they sold it at again. So this is where it opened. That's pretty much where it closed. And that's probably just because the range in the overnight wasn't very much. The ES had more range, but just couldn't break away from anything right off the bat. We did have a lot more opportunities in the NASDAQ in terms of potential entries, and a lot of them were major winners. 2 up here, I already pointed out 1, 3. That's 4 entries just there within the first 20 minutes or so. So good morning for the NASDAQ, and then you'll see it didn't want to come back up there. Those sellers really rejected it hard. They stepped in even further, and that's the theme for, let me center that, for the good portion of that day. And then you'll see it broke down lower and lower and lower, and they just kept charge of that selling as the market closed. And there we are. So we definitely closed lower than we opened, and that opening was at the close for the most part. So down days in the ES, the NASDAQ, oil, and gold. Let's get into, there's one trade I want to show you. This entry was submitted by Doug. It's a reversal entry off of our methodologies based off of our HVA levels that we give our students the night before. Here it is in the micros. It's a one lot, and he got $14 on sim as he's preparing to go live and really hone in his education there. But again, that was a great entry. And then shortly after that, we had one trigger again at the opposite end of our HVAs that he didn't take, but other students did. The majority of them took it in the minis, not the micros. But here we're focusing on the micros. So it was a great opportunity to be had. If you're interested in wondering why people would trade the micros, well, it's for the same reasons people don't want to give up a lot of money, right? They're a little afraid and they're not used to it. That's okay. They might not even be afraid. The micros is a great tool to use just transitioning into trading in general. A lot of people aren't used to the ebbs and flows of a market and seeing that they'll be down, $100 or $200 and then up, $100, $200 or even more. And so they let the emotions get to them. And so the micros are there and to be used properly, if they are used properly, as a way to get them used to being in a live market. Because if it's live, it's real to them, even though they should be taking their training seriously while in sim and treat it like it's live. Transitioning into the micros is a stepping stone to further their success. Because again, if you treat it live in sim and then you take your education that you were given and you treat everything with a serious attitude, well, what are you going to do when it comes to live money, real money? A lot of people panic. So that's why the micros are very important, because it's not a big of a blow if they do panic. So it is always an excellent tool to be used. With that said, based off of our methodologies and our HVA levels that are proprietary information that are given out to our students the night before, if you're interested in learning more where you can get these areas the night before for your own trading, you can reach out to us. You can find us on Facebook and our website at targettradingacademy.com. Feel free to reach out to us there. We'll gladly show you why we are the #1 trading education company in the world and why so many of our students are live and successful. We look forward to seeing you there.